Good evening and welcome to Pillow Talk, your home for all things celebrity gossip here on UWW-TV. I am your host, Elle Gukich, and as always, I have the lovely Sam Butzen joining me tonight to discuss some juicy celebrity gossip. How's it going, Sam? Are you getting ready for finals?
Oh boy, don't remind me about that, Elle. I'm just thinking about the gossip right now.
Well, in this week's episode, we are first going to discuss Willow Smith's recent Red Table Talk, in which she came out as polyamorous, and love that for her. And then after the commercial break, are going to discuss this year's Oscars ceremony and talk about some of our favorite or maybe least favorite moments from the ceremony. Are you ready to get into it, Sam?
Yes, let's do it.
Heck yes. So, as I'm sure we all know, Jada Pinkett Smith has been hosting a Facebook Watch talk show called Red Table Talk. And this week, Willow Smith highlighted her romantic relationships and talked about her experiences with being polyamorous. And she talked about why she's pursuing non-monogamous relationships. And I thought it was incredibly brave for her to talk about something that has, quite frankly, a lot of harsh stigmas against it. And so I'm curious, Sam, what are your thoughts on it?
Yeah, I think that's a really good point to make, Elle. Like it is, the more we progress as a society, the more we accept the different forms of gender and sexuality, which is fantastic, but that definitely is one that gets more hate than I would say most of them. And I think that she is such an icon in so many ways. I think that family has just like really shown how fluid gender is and how fluid sexuality is. And I just think that, she's so young and but like so articulate and smart and just like herself. Like we can all really take a note from her and like her braveness for sure.
She has come a long way since her first song. What was it? I Whip My Hair Back and Forth.
Oh, whip it real good. Yeah.
She has, I mean, she's just really come such a long way in that, like,
Mhm.
I don't know, she really owns, like, she owns herself. I mean, she's so confident in herself. And then, they talked about her non-monogamy and that it's actually a lot more common than people really think it is.
Mm.
And to me, it just seemed like the main thing is that it has to be consensual. You have to be honest about it. And Willow seems to really understand that and be really mature about it. So,
Mhm.
I mean, hats off to her for completely owning it then. And like we've said, there's such harsh stigmas against it in terms of like you are seen as a cheater or something like that. And I think as long as it's just consensual and that you're honest
Right.
about it, I mean, I
Yeah.
don't see what the harm in it is.
Consensual, like that is key for sure. As and I think that she said her boyfriend is totally down. One of her reasonings was like a lot of marriages end because of infidelity, which is a totally fair point, especially now with like social media and all of that stuff. Like, I don't doubt that that's a problem for most couples. And
Hmm.
the fact that she is not only embracing that, but like making it work for her and the people in her life, like that's awesome. And that's so cool. Come on.
Well, and it's interesting to note too that she talked about how she doesn't really like the idea of marriage and what it currently stands for, which is interesting because Jada had an affair. She talked about
Mm-hmm.
it on her Red Table Talk. So I don't know. I kind of saw some parallels with that of her saying she doesn't like the idea of marriage and what it stands for right after Jada just kind of went through this scandal of an infidelity. So I don't know. Maybe there's some parallels there. Maybe Willow is just kind of seeing what's happening around her and deciding from there how she wants to go about her own love life.
What a great way to learn too, like
Hmm.
from just observing your parents and your family and like going about it your own way. That's really
Oh yeah.
smart.
Yes, definitely. Well, that is going to wrap up our first topic for tonight. After the commercial break, we will be discussing our favorite or least favorite moments from this year's Oscars celebrations. This is Pillow Talk on UWW-TV. Stay tuned.
What does it mean to be a war hawk? It means allowing myself to dream big and think outside the box.
Pushing the limits of what I think is possible.
Seeing ideas through from start to finish.
Collaborating with professors and peers.
And seizing opportunities in the community to put my knowledge to use.
I'm studying abroad,
learning another language,
and listening to the stories of others.
I'm making lifelong friends and fearlessly sharing my gifts with the world.
As a Warhawk, I stay balanced,
take great care of myself,
and get out of my comfort zone.
I refuse to let the past determine my future.
And I'm taking confident steps in the direction of my dreams.
Sometimes it doesn't make sense.
And other times it couldn't be more exciting.
But I will keep my goals in mind
and never quit.
Because
that's the Warhawk way.
Turn us on. Flip them off. 91.7 WSUW-TV. 91.7 is a student-run radio station serving the Whitewater area with a variety of original programs, live sports broadcasting, community events, and more. So turn us on 91.7 FM or stream us live at 917theedge.com.
At the University Bookstore, we have an excellent selection of competitively priced books and classroom necessities for students. We have Warhawk gear ranging from athletic apparel to comfy sweatshirts the whole family can enjoy. The textbook rental service is also available for students to check out their required readings for class. You can also find and order books, apparel, and gift items from our online catalog, located at uwwhitewaterbookstore.com. The University Bookstore. We provide for your college experiences.
Here at UWW, we put a lot of emphasis on shaping your involvement. Involvement helps you get to know more people with similar values and goals as yourself. The Student Involvement Office can help you get involved with organizations on campus, or we can help you start a brand new one. So what are you waiting for? It's time to shape your involvement at UWW. If you'd like to learn more, stop by UC 127 or contact us at involvement@uww.edu or call 262-472-6217.
Welcome back to Pillow Talk on UWW-TV. The Academy Awards were this past weekend, and so I thought we could go over our favorite or least favorite moments from Sunday celebrations. Honestly, I need to rant for a minute about how they completely snubbed Chadwick Boseman for Best Actor. They saved the award for the end of the show, which isn't typically done, and they really were highlighting that Chadwick had been nominated for it, which made a lot of people think that he was going to win it. And then he didn't, and a white man won over him, and I thought it was super, super ridiculous that they were kind of, I don't know, highlighting a black man being nominated for this and really pushing it and then not giving it to him. And so I felt like it was a little snubbed and a little disrespected. But what about you, Sam? Did you have any moments that you loved or hated?
Well, first of all, I love how heated you are about that because it's honestly such a boring Oscars this year, and so many people say like probably the worst ever. I mean, like that's a broad thing because there's so many of them, but I watch for the fashion because I have not seen any of these movies. I don't think many people have, so maybe that's why they made that approach for like Best Actor to like make people watch more. That doesn't make it okay though.
No,
but
it's not okay.
There were some very beautiful dressed ladies on the red carpet, including Zendaya, who always kills it. Literally like queen. And her was literally, she looked so beautiful in her lace like blue, just covering all of her. She literally killed it, and she won an award. So love that for her. Yeah, other than that, I don't know. It's just, it seemed like it was a little off. Not really
Disappointing,
that
almost.
great.
Just
I think,
disappointing.
yeah, I agree. Exactly.
And I mean, it could have been, I think it does have to do with COVID. There was movies that were pushed, not a lot of people going to theaters to see anything.
True.
So I can understand why they would try to prop up other things. Again, it doesn't make it okay. I think the one really good thing that did happen was that the first woman of color won Best Director. Chloe Zhao won for Nomadland. And again, it's the 93rd Academy Awards, and she's the first woman of color to win Best Director.
Wow.
And the second woman in general to win the award. And so again, it kind of goes back into that Best Actor thing of, I don't know, it just doesn't feel very diverse. It's
No.
93rd Academy Awards, and we're just now getting a first woman of color Best Director. It just feels very almost messy to me this year.
I agree. I think the time has come to kind of reevaluate that completely. It sounds totally segregated from women, for people of color. Like, that's so, like, 90 years ago. We can't keep doing that. Like, that's not realistic. So hopefully they take all this feedback from, like, all the people hating this and, like, make it better next year, hopefully.
I hope so too. Otherwise, just get rid of awards, to be honest. If we're only going to prop up white men, what's the point?
They don't need that anymore.
We're past it. We're past the need for propping up white men and Academy Awards and things like that. I'm over it. Show me the women, show me the people of color, show me more.
I agree.
Well, that wraps things up for tonight. I had a great time discussing all of these headlines with you tonight, Sam. Thank you so much again for joining me.
Thank you for always having me, Elle. I love it.
This was Pillow Talk, your home for all things celebrity gossip here on UWW-TV. We will see you next week and have a great night.